How you doing? This is Brotha T. If you want to support the channel, we have t-shirts and other merch right there in the description. Just hit the link.
You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So today we're gonna have a little fun, but before we get there, you already know you have to hit that like button and that subscribe button, because when you hit like and subscribe, we can continue to give you these pine cones of wisdom. Almost messed that up. So today we're gonna talk about the power of forgiveness. All right, you mad at your sister, your brother, your mother, your friend, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You might be mad at your kids. It's time for a little forgiveness. And the reason why you want to forgive is might not really be what you think it is, right? It might be more for you than them. All right. First, let's go into the definition of forgiveness. So that's to grant pardon for or remission of an offense, debt, etc. You're absolving that person of, whatever, they did towards you. Now, I want you to think about a race, like a marathon, maybe, or maybe a sprint, right? If I'm in the lead, but I'm worried about the runners behind me, what happens? Just think about somebody. I can't say Shikari. she losing nowadays, but you get what I'm saying. So you running, you in the lead, and you start. What's gonna happen eventually? They gonna catch you. They gonna pass you. Or it's something bad is gonna happen, and that's the kind of what you do when you don't forgive people. You're the person in the head of the pack, and you're still worried about what that person did to you. This keeps you from going ahead so you can win your race in life. You get what I'm saying? I know it's a strange comparison, strange analogy, but I think you get where I'm going with that. Now, it could be a stress reliever as well, though. It's not just so you can win the race. It also relieves stress, especially if it's something that was done to you that really affects you on a deep, emotional level. Having that forgiveness for them will make your day-to-day life easier, right? It's easier to cope. Holding vendettas or trying to get revenge, they're like keeping yourself in like a prison, right? Release this, and you release yourself from this incarceration. If you don't, you want to hold on to it. I'm just so mad. They still have power over you. They have power over you. The situation has power over you. Everybody has power over you except for you. Now that's a problem, isn't it? You don't want it to be that way. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand though. You should forgive, but never forget. Especially if the offense is so egregious that, it's a little harder to stand in the same room with the person. You don't have to be in the same room as the person, but, and you should never, and you don't have to necessarily forget. But if you learn to let it go and keep on with your life, then you'll be better off. I want you to use this trespass as fuel for your fire, though, right? Now, you can not hate the person, but still use it as a reference point or some fuel, some logs for that fire, right? Use these things as a motivation to get better in your life. Don't have actual hate for the individual, though. This is all I'm saying. Like, yeah, use that as motivation. Yeah, I'm going to be the best that I'm going to be. I'm going to make it to the next level, whatever. And it's going to be partly because of what you did to me, but I don't hate you. And a lot of times you can start to look at things from the other person's perspective, even though they did something to you that was way out of line and they shouldn't have did it. if you start to understand where their mind was at when they did it, at times that can give you a little perspective, and you can not be as angry in the end. I mean, this really works when you get their story. Let's say some of you out there, you didn't have the best mother, right? She might have abandoned you. She might have been on drugs most of the time. Yeah, you can be upset with the situation, how it drawn out, and maybe, just maybe, you feel a way that you didn't have that support system, that loving mother to nurture you and bring you up. At the same time, when you start to know their story, you'll start to get a better understanding for why things worked out the way they did. And you'll understand that your mother may have done the best she could with the tools that she had. Let's say you find out that, and this is just, I'm not talking about any specific situation, but that same scenario, you find out that your mother was on drugs because she was molested when she was younger and can't cope with it. Now that adds a different layer to what she did and why she did it. Now, I'm not saying that what she did was great when it comes to you, but it gives you an extra layer of, okay, I kind of get why she looked at life the way she did, why she ran from things the way she did. You can just place it in your story where you need it, right? It might be your father. A father might have went through the same situation. He might have got molested. He might have got abused physically. So he came up and he's physically abusing, right? Sometimes having that perspective makes it a little bit easier to forgive them in that situation. Forgiveness is the key, right? Remember that example I gave you of the race. Don't look back too many times, right? And look forward to your goal. When you cross that finish line and you won the race, now you can look back and say, hey, let me help you cross that line too. But I'm crossing first. I'm getting the gold medal, darn it. Now, once again, I'm just going to reiterate that when you get into the pattern of forgiveness, then it's more for you than it is for them. And I want you to remember that. That's very important, because if you believe that it's just for them, then you'll be less apt to do it, right? You'll be less apt to listen to what they have to say because you're thinking, you're holding on to it. I got to get you back. I got to. But when you know it's for you, yeah, I forgive you, man. It's good. Now we can move on, or I can move on. You get what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to forgive. Don't have to forget, but don't be afraid to forgive, because forgiveness is power, and there's power in forgiveness. This is your man, Brother T. Thank you for stopping in and listening to a brother today, or looking at a brother, whichever way, because some people put them on the headphones and they go walking and they got the YouTube playing while they walking. I have no problem with that. Or if you're looking at me, I just thank you for being here. I don't take it for granted, and I hope you got something out of this. And if not, I hope you get something out of the next one. This is why we're here, so we can build better lives for each other. Let's build a community. Let's be a little more loving towards each other. Nothing's going to be perfect. There's always going to be crime. There's always going to be poor people. There's always going to be this and that. But if we can eradicate as much as we can get to a better way of living. This is where I'm at now. So this is your man, Brother T, and this is to your wellness. I'm going to catch you on the next episode, family. I'm out of here. Peace.